feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back, you beauties. Get ready for an unforgettable, and I mean that, running experience as we commemorate 60 years of Robert Sobukwe and Nelson Mandela on Robben Island with the Robben Island Museum Memorial Run. What an opportunity to plug into the heart of this country. You'll be immersed in the enchanting surroundings, obviously, of Robben Island, where the echoes of struggle and triumph reverberate through every single step, through every single stone. Now, the race takes place on the 2nd of December, and here to chat a little bit more about this, Luvuyo Nduzuzo, the education officer at the Robben Island Museum, a vitally important job, as well as Kenneth Makatias and Western Province Athletics President Farouk Meyer. Thank you for representing the SABC as well, my friend, because this is a perfect union. For me, being a sports background, having grown up on the SABC and being old enough to fully appreciate this journey that we are walking on, this isn't lost on me, how this is an opportunity to dip our toes, our fingers, our whole self into the past in a very modern and contemporary way. Let's get outside and run. Luvuyo, maybe I can start with you. There is an opportunity to weave a number of different agendas together here. What are you hoping to achieve with the Memorial Run?
With the Memorial Run, we are hoping to elevate the name of Robert Sobukwe, to also elevate the conversation that takes place between the name Robert Sobukwe and Nelson Mandela, that there are commonalities between the two, but also the fact that it has been, this year in May, it was 60 years exactly.
That's crazy.
Since they both first entered Robben Island. And I think most of the people may not be alive to that fact. So Robben Island Museum is delighted to bring this message across, to say, yes, we understand that you know Robben Island and its association with Nelson Mandela, but also there's another...
Lest we forget, yeah.
There's yet another giant of the struggle that has been confined on Robben Island, which is Robert Sobukwe. And both of them, at the same time, entered Robben Island, meaning one after the other within the same month, and that happened 60 years ago. And maybe there are people that do not even know that. And now we're also presenting Robben Island as a space where you can do other things,
purpose-driven travel,
than just visiting and touring. But now you can actually run on Robben Island, and you know you can elevate some of the important layers of history of Robben Island.
Vital layers,
exactly.
Vital. You know, you look like a young man, but I should have looked at the beard to understand the wisdom that was fully embedded there. Farouk, if I'm feeling old right now, listening to this, I would imagine for everyone on this panel, this is a bit of a moment of reckoning right here. What does this mean to you and your organization to be able to tie these sorts of threads together?
I think we as Western Province Athletics are obviously delighted to be part of this event, you know, and we do a lot of these events, you know, in fact, every weekend. And so we basically came on as the organizer of the event, making sure the operations, logistics, and most important, the compliance issues are seen to, you know, obviously in terms of safety and lots of other logistical issues.
Because you want it to stick around. Yeah. You want it to be a yearly event that brings people from around the world.
Exactly, yes.
People need to know. They need to know this. A young generation needs a true north. And we are so desperate to look for leaders, contemporary leaders today, to shine their light. Maybe we're not seeing that. Why is it so important for the SABC to broadcast this moment in time? Why is this partnership tying in with our broader agenda?
Look, this fits so directly into what we are doing. Remember, our core essence of operation is to inform, to educate, and to entertain. And I can't find a better way than doing this.
This is literally in one cauldron, yeah,
yes,
brilliant.
Yes, so this is part of our mandate to do, to inform, to educate, and to entertain. And we'll refer to the layered history of Robben Island. Robben Island didn't become a prison in 1963. It's been a prison for more than 300 centuries. It's, you know, So it's not only about Robben Island. I think it's also about this country. I think it's about the
world.
Yes, and what has happened, how we evolved to where we are in 1994. And this is exactly what the role of the SABC is as well, to tell people about it. And if you went out to anyone on the street this morning or maybe a few weeks ago, very few people would have known what has happened 60 years ago, the long path that we've traveled. And that's where the SABC plays such a crucial role, because nobody else can do it.
It's our job, yeah.
And the public broadcaster.
Well, I see this job as a service.
Yeah.
It is a service. There is something about free-to-air that is a service, and that's why we've, I think, endured what we've endured to keep this ship kind of in its course. It's one thing visiting Robben Island. It's one thing tasting a cool breeze. It's another thing being on that island, dripping with sweat, toiling away. This is going to be fun. This is going to be great. I wonder what new records are going to be set. But for that moment of reckoning, for a person to be on that island, to know what it would be like to do 10 hours of hard labor, dripping with sweat, fully understanding that there was no promise of hope or future in that moment. What power exists within the Robben Island Museum that people need to connect to, need to feel for themselves? Why is this such an important landmark?
I think that Robben Island has many entry points. You know, you can try and think about a lot of other things relating to the different layers of history of Robben Island. Robben Island is a global, is known globally. It's a global icon of some kind that's not necessarily South African, because there are so many people that were involved in ensuring that Robben Island is known and for its atrocities right around the world.
And it's a story that keeps repeating
It keeps
itself.
repeating itself, and when you're on Robben Island, you can tap on the Dutch period, for instance. You can tap on the British period. You can tap on the military period. You can. So as you run on Robben Island, every step you take, you're taking a step on top of a layer that may be embedded with another layer beneath it or other layers beneath it. And as you run, I'm even imagining a runner running after finishing the Lover's Lane and getting to the foghorn, facing the next another World Heritage site, which is also Table Mountain. You know, the inspiration.
I'm getting goosebumps. I'm just thinking about that. Madiba stepped here. Robert stepped here.
Exactly.
You get to do that. How do we do that? How do we follow in these footsteps of giants? How do we get tickets? How do we plug in?
Yes, so obviously the entries were open and it actually closed last night. We were almost full to capacity.
Well done.
However, if people still want to enter, we might still have some entries left, so they can then contact the Western Province Athletics office, which is 021-418-3232, or entries at wpathletics.co.za. Obviously, you know, we were limited to the amount of entries that we could take
got to manage
to
it,
take part in the event on the island, and that's only 1,000 entries. And obviously, it's because of all the sensitivity in terms of the environment,
For
or the route that we have taken on the island. And there were a lot of things to consider, you know, the environmental issues that we managed to overcome. And then, of course, also, most importantly, there are penguins breeding on the island, so we didn't want to disturb
How
them
many
as
threads
well.
could we tie together in one? We'll even save the planet in the same notion. I'm going to echo that once again. Thank you for the service that you provide every day in the jobs that you do. Thank you for holding that flame so high and so brightly for a young generation that I think is ready to absorb what these incredible figures have done within history. It's an opportunity for all of us to be a part of this incredible moment. If you're lucky enough to get onto the island for the memorial run, good luck. Enjoy soaking up all of that atmosphere and the history therein, and most importantly, the lessons that we don't seem to be learning, but we have to.